Hello everyone, welcome back to Virtual Sunday School. So today I'm on the road, and here to help me tell our Bible story about Jesus, Mary, and Martha are Charlotte and Birch. Our story begins with Jesus here. Jesus was traveling with his disciples when they came to a village. A woman named Martha lived in the village with her sister Mary.
Jesus, I'd love to welcome you into my home.
Tired from traveling, Jesus happily accepted the invitation and entered Martha and Mary's home.
What a lovely home.
When Mary saw Jesus, she rushed over to sit next to him and listen. Martha, on the other hand, was busy cleaning the house and cooking a meal for Jesus. She wanted everything to look perfect. Then she saw that her sister was not helping.
Excuse me. Lord, my sister has left all of the work for me. Don't you care? Tell her to help me. Martha, Martha, sit down.
Jesus answered Martha by saying, "You are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed. Really, only one thing is needed." Jesus continued, "Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her."
Now we will act out our Bible story in a more modern version. Hello, can I help you? Yes, my car broke down. I need help. Sorry, Jesus is coming. I can't. For dinner, I can't help you. Hello, I'm your next door neighbor, and I really need some milk and eggs. Could I make you feel Hello! Hi, I was wondering if we could just kind of sit on the porch and talk. Come tomorrow. I'm too busy today. Jesus, where are you? I cooked and cleaned all day and you didn't come. What do you mean you visited me 3 times?
All right, well, thank you, Birch and Charlotte, for helping us tell our story today. You were wonderful actors and actresses. It was wonderful to see you help us tell the story. So before we go, I'm curious, what is something you learned from our story today?
I learned that Jesus knows that nobody is perfect. So if you are in his presence, it doesn't have to be perfect, and you just need to focus on spending time with him. Since he's Jesus, you can't always be around him. I've never heard this story before.
Yeah, so you kind of learned all about it. Awesome. Thanks, Birch. Thanks, Charlotte. So, Charlotte, I really liked what you said when you talked about how Jesus seemed to really want Mary to be sitting beside him and to be engaged in Jesus's presence instead of focusing so much on having everything to be perfect. So I'm wondering, what do you think about the second version that we did, the modern retelling? What did you learn from that story, and why do you think it relates to the first story?
Well, even though Jesus might not be right in front of us, asking us questions, he still asks us to love our neighbor as we would love ourselves. And if our neighbor needs milk or eggs, or their car broke down, or they just need to sit on the porch and talk, you need to do that because they're your next door neighbors. You need to help them. You need to be with them, whatever they're going through, because they would do the same for you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you for that. And, friends, thank you so much for letting me come and to your house and you helped me tell this story. Is there anything you want to say before we say goodbye?
Let COVID be over.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Cook.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Good morning. We are here today to make some muffins. One of my favorite parts about having church at home is that we can eat muffins or have a snack during church sometimes. So this is a muffin recipe that my family has made for years and years. And I realized that Nathan doesn't know how to make muffins, so he is going to help me today. So to start out, we're putting muffin paper liners in our muffin pan, and we've preheated the oven behind us to 400 degrees. We are going to start with 1 egg. We're going to crack it into our bowl. And we're going to use a fork just to mix it up a little bit. You can see in there, it doesn't have to be perfect, just like that. All right, are you ready to add the next things? Next, we're going to add, we have 1/2 cup of milk and 1/4 cup of oil. So can you pour that in and stir it together, please? All right, you stir it with a fork. Excellent. So you've got this just mixed together a bit so you can't see bits of egg in it. You want to mix all your wet ingredients together first because that helps give you fluffy muffins. After you've mixed together the 3 wet ingredients, we're going to add the dry ingredients. We're just going to dump these straight in. In this bowl, we have 1.5 cups of flour. I'm using all-purpose flour here, but you can substitute up to 1/2 of it with almond flour or whole wheat flour or whatever flour your family would like to use. Go ahead and pour that in. So 1.5 cups of flour. We have 1 cup of sugar. I actually use just under a cup. The recipe calls for, a 1/2 cup. The recipe calls for 1/2 cup of sugar, and I use just a little bit less than that. And then in this one, we have 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of salt. Go ahead and pour that in. And from this point, you want to mix them up just so that the dry ingredients, you can stir, just so that the dry ingredients are all the way wet. The batter will look really lumpy, and that's okay. You want it to be lumpy. Lumpy muffin batter gives you nice puffy muffins. If you stir it until it's really, really smooth, your muffins will come out of the oven really flat like little hockey pucks. All right, let me get it to get the sides and bottom a little bit here. It doesn't take too many stirs to get it all together. So that's what ours looks like. Now on Sunday mornings I add blueberries to these and make them, but I'm actually making these today as an after school snack. So I'm adding about 1/3 of a cup of chocolate chips. We'll go ahead and stir those in. And then we're going to use 2 spoons to fill those muffin cups 1/2 to 2/3 full. It doesn't have to be very exact. And then we're going to put them in the oven for about 15 to 18 minutes, depending on the oven. My oven usually takes 18 minutes at 400 degrees, but you want to start checking them at 15 minutes. So we'll see you back in a few minutes as soon as they're out of the oven. All right, it has been about 18 minutes. My timer went off, and we took the muffins out of the oven. So you can see they're puffed up, golden brown on the top. We'll let them cool in the pan for about 5 minutes, and then everybody's going to have a muffin as a snack this afternoon. So I hope this recipe works out for you too, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Daddy, we're recording. Oh.